Okay, so let's talk about everything we picked up in Sinners that feels connected to African spirituality,
mythology, and
culture. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's dive in.
Spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen it yet, you might want to pause this and come back later. The movie opens with this really powerful line from Annie.
There are legends of people with the gift of making music so true, it could pierce the veil between life and death.
In many African cultures, music, especially drumming, acts as a bridge between the living and the spirit world.
Take the Yoruba people of Nigeria. There's Ayangalu, the erasure of drummers. He's believed to use rhythms called the erasures and communicate with ancestors. In Sinners, that idea comes through every time Sammie picks up his guitar. When Sammie plays, he conjures spirits from the past and the future.
One of the most visually stunning moments in the film shows this. Music evolving through time. We see so many references to traditional, current, and even future of the Black and African musical experience.
There's African tribesmen playing the drums, there's dancers, and there's even a Zaoli dancer. Zaoli is a traditional dance of the Gura people of Côte d'Ivoire.
Sinners shows us how music and spirituality travelled and how we've carried it with us.
This ties directly to the concept of griots. The term gets a quick mention in the film. Across West Africa, griots were storytellers, poets, and oral historians. They preserved ancestral knowledge passed down through generations.
Speaking of ancestors, when Smoke visits the grave of his child, we see a bottle of milk, a small statue, and a stone with a handprint. Smoke then places some flowers on the grave. This whole scene is reminiscent of ancestor veneration. In simple terms, ancestor veneration is the act of honouring those who have passed on to keep their memories and spirits close.
In Hoodoo and Gullah Geechee tradition, it's common to leave offerings like milk, flowers, and personal objects at graves to guide spirits.
Hoodoo is a spiritual tradition rooted in African beliefs. It's grounded in practice, herbs, roots, oils, mojo bags, and spiritual rituals to protect, cleanse, and empower.
When Annie first encounters the vampires, she calls them haints. Haints are malevolent spirits, usually souls with unfinished business. One way people protected their homes from haints was by painting their porches and window frames in haint blue. The belief is that spirits can't cross water, so the colour tricks them into staying out. This might even explain the symbolism of smoke in blue and stack in red.
They feel deeply connected to the Abaja, Orishas who represent twins in Yoruba belief. The Ibaji are children of Shango and Oshun, but they're raised by Emerge, the mother of all Orishas. Ibaji symbolize balance, chaos and calm, just like the brothers.
And then there's the crossroads. Crossroads are sacred in many African spiritual systems. They represent a place of choice, transformation, and contact between the worlds.
In Haitian voodoo and New Orleans voodoo, the guardian of the crossroads is Papa Legba. He's the one who opens the gate between the physical and spiritual realms. Papa Legba is a gatekeeper. He's called upon first in rituals because he's the one who gives you the access to the spirit world.
In Yoruba belief, this role belongs to Ishu, the Orisha of fate, communication, and divine order. He's the messenger between humans and Orisha. Music was a form of survival, resistance, and expression.
Music came from grief, resilience, and truth. It was and is a spiritual language.
Honestly, we could go on forever. If you noticed other references, let us know.